What's going on, guys? Yep, got some gopher mounds I got to deal with. But I have a viewer on the channel who hopefully corrected me about something. On the video where, you know, we did the first tow and I showed you the bed scale, which isn't actually just a bed scale. It actually weighs everything in the truck, and it's relative to how much the truck's payload capacity is. But I realized that, but what I didn't apparently realize is that you can have it show you the actual approximate weight that's in the bed of the truck and not just a scale. So in that video I showed you that whenever we loaded up the fifth wheel, it simply was a scale showing you approximately how much weight's in the back with a margin of error of about 150 pounds. But they don't call it bed scale, they call it onboard scale, because it actually measures the weight inside of the truck, period. The total weight of cargo on the truck. So it's not just measuring weight in the bed. That was pretty obvious. Now, when I go here, I did not realize that you could do something pretty cool by clicking the three lines up top here. So right now, if we look at the amount of weight in the truck, including myself, you can see that there's a significant amount of weight, and we're not hitched up to the fifth wheel. You can see we have 4,941 pounds worth of capacity. But I have a toolbox in the back and a smaller toolbox, as well as a small air compressor, tools under the back seat, and myself in the vehicle, and that's the reason why you see this coming off of the truck's maximum payload capacity. He said hit the three lines up top, and then you can look at the scale mode. I can switch it to pounds. So whenever you set this up, I can reset the scale to 0, and by resetting the scale to 0, what it's going to do is it will zero out where things are, and as I add weight, it will show me specifically or approximately how much weight I'm actually adding to the truck. That's cool. I did not know that. I did not know. I just need to click that button up there, and I can specifically see the actual amount of weight being loaded in the truck. And he says it's surprisingly accurate, which is going to be really cool to test out next time. So in vehicle mode, it's just giving you this. It's giving you a bar scale that's pretty precise. It's actually giving you a relatively precise bar scale, showing you, how close you are to the maximum capacity. And in the video, again, that we did where we loaded the fifth wheel onto the back, the one thing that I didn't mention, again, is we probably have, I'm going to say, including myself, probably 500 pounds worth of stuff in the truck as it sits. So if you take into account the weight of the fifth wheel pin that was on the back of the vehicle, which is about 3,600 pounds, right? 3,600 pounds. We're at about 4,000 pounds worth of weight on the truck whenever we hitch up, leaving us about 941 pounds worth of cargo capacity for my family and whatever we bring with us in the truck or in the bed of the truck. But that is really cool, and it was something that, again, I should have probably figured out. Just press the three buttons, see what it actually provides you. But the scale mode, I gotta admit, that is pretty awesome. And apparently it's pretty dang accurate as well. So what do you guys think? I love the fact that this technology can provide you information that you typically would have to go to a truck scale to find out. Sure, you're not going to be able to know the exact weight of your entire trailer. You're not going to be able to know the axle weight on the back of the trailer, but this is giving you some very, very relevant information in terms of how much weight you're loading in your truck as a comparison to what the truck's maximum cargo capacity is. And that's a huge, huge, huge thing. Even if you're simply using it in vehicle mode and you're seeing that, okay, so this is how much cargo I've loaded in the truck. I have a maximum of 4,941 pounds worth of cargo capacity. And if you look at this, it looks like we probably have taken about 500 pounds off of that. So really, really good information to know. And this is stuff that I think most people want to know. And this is technology I feel most people would use. Anyways, what's your thoughts? Wanted to make a quick video on this topic. I thought it was definitely something people would want to know, especially if you're getting one of these new trucks and you're wondering how else you can use this system, switching it to scale mode and understanding what you're loading in your vehicle as you're loading it. I think even if I hop up and down, you can see the scale moving. That's really cool. It's that precise. Now, some people are going to ask me, am I going to add airbags to the back of this truck? Well, I'm not, and I'm not going to change it out to a Kelderman system or any of that, because by doing so, you mess up all of this. The system is no longer going to be calibrated or accurate. I suppose there's probably a way to do it, but with airbags, the whole point is that your suspension doesn't drop, you level it out, and that will throw the system off any way you slice it. Plus, another reason a lot of people get airbags is, of course, to level their truck out, but oftentimes it's to level their headlights out so their headlights aren't shining at oncoming traffic. But with these new trucks, you can actually get them with auto leveling and auto turning headlights, and that's a huge perk, especially if that's a concern of yours. So I have no intention of putting any type of major suspension modifications on this truck, or really any suspension modifications on this truck, unless this system just, junks out on me and it's out of warranty, and I doubt that's ever going to happen because I probably won't own the truck long enough for it to be out of warranty to have to deal with that. But again, that's just one of those scenarios that I don't think I'm going to come across, and I would rather have a functional scale system that lets me know when I'm approaching capacity or lets me know when I am going over capacity, because I think that is far more important to me versus trying to make the truck sit level if I'm overloading it. That makes sense. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to post that. Definitely a big shout out to the subscriber who shared that information with me. That was really, really, really profound, considering it was just an option away and I didn't select it. And that just lets you know how much stuff these trucks do. I just didn't realize that that was a feature that they had because they didn't show that to me during the media drives. And it's something I had to kind of explore. There are so many buttons and options I have not pressed yet on this system that it's a learning curve that I'm going to have to get around, and hopefully I'll learn more cool features just like that. If you know more interesting, cool features about these trucks, please feel free to share it. Guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up. We'll talk to you again very soon.